You've probably done this before. It's a do-it-yourself ecosystem. That's a group of living organisms that live and grow in a particular environment. Well, what if I told you something like this really exists, except it's way bigger? I'll let you decide if it's better.
This is Biosphere 2, modeled after Biosphere 1, planet Earth. This massive research apparatus, built in 1987, is located 20 miles north of Tucson, Arizona. With more than 6,000 windows, it's 91 feet tall. And inside, not just one, but multiple ecosystems. Among them, a desert, an ocean, and a rainforest. Let's start there. At least 100 different species of plants grow inside this 5-story glass laboratory.
So we've placed this miniature rainforest under glass in such a way that we can study it.
This rainforest biome, meaning a region with its climate and living things, helps Deleeuw understand why certain plants tolerate higher temperatures and limited rainfall, while others don't. But in order to test his theories, he has to flip a switch to simulate what God does naturally. And imagine having something like this in your backyard, a 9-foot soil pit with sensors inserted into the dirt to monitor moisture levels. About 3 football fields away from the rainforest is the coastal fog desert. It's sandy, arid, and covered in spiny plants you wouldn't want to touch. Researchers believe the controlled environment inside this 50,000 square foot ecosystem could one day be used to help software companies solve their data storage problems.
They were looking at potentially building a replicated data center in here to look at how the data center impacts the environment and how the environment impacts the data centers.
Sandwiched between the desert and the rainforest, 700,000 gallons of seawater. This ocean is meant to simulate a tropical coral reef ecosystem. Reefs not only protect coastlines from erosion, they're a source of food and research for new medicines. Right now, there's too much algae in the water for the coral to exist naturally, so researchers are growing small fragments in this raceway. College grad Leah Crocker says these tanks are helpful, but imperfect replicas of God's handiwork.
We are learning a lot about what we can do to help be good stewards of God's creation, and in ways like we're doing with the coral reef here, learning more about these creatures and what our relationship should be to them, and living more like God intended, I think.
As incredible as these ecosystems are, the real power behind Biosphere 2 is unseen. It's this network of underground tunnels where an intricate system of science and technology is on full display. Before COVID, Biosphere 2 was a popular destination for families and students. Post-COVID, visitors are returning to this 30-year-old research facility.
Mark Nelson, he's come back, Jane and Tabor's come back, Abigail Ailing. So we've had several of them, and I think, although I know that they would probably still want to be living inside Biosphere 2.
Wait, what? Did he say living inside Biosphere 2? People? Tomorrow, a look back at the men and women who spent 2 years sealed inside Biosphere 2.